tries to win its third Big 12 championship, while Oklahoma State is in pursuit of its second, and the Cowboys are also eyeing their first appearance in the college football playoff in its 8-year history. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Sean McDonough along with Todd Blackledge. Delighted to have you with us for the start of a great day of college football. It's Championship Saturday. And Todd, 3 of these games that will be played today have major meaning. Oklahoma State won the toss and deferred. So Tanner Brown will kick off for the Cowboys as Baylor elected to receive the opening kickoff. And they have Treston Ebner back deep. Each of these teams has one of the best return men in the country. Ebner, 3 career kickoff returns for touchdowns. He is the special teams player of the year of the Big 12 for the 2nd year in a row. And we're underway. And it's a touchback. Imagine that Blake Shapen might be a bit anxious as the redshirt freshman makes just his 2nd career start. The first was last week, a game they had to have in Waco against Texas Tech. Threw 2 touchdown passes and also won the admiration of his teammates by bouncing back up from that hard hit. He played very well, threw for 254 and those 2 TDs. He ran for 25 and took that hard hit. They survived a last-second field goal attempt by Texas Tech to win 27-24. So here's Shapen making his 2nd career start. They give him an easy pass. It's Treston Ebner out of the backfield, and a nice gain to the 47-yard line for Ebner, their all-time leader in catches by a running back. There's Gary Bohannon, their starter for most of the year, suffered a hamstring injury while running with the ball in their game at K-State.
That was right before the end of the first half, so Blake Shapen actually played the whole 2nd half on the road against Kansas State as well.
He's essentially played a game and a half as their lead quarterback. False start will be the call against Baylor. Brandon Cruz, the referee, leading this Big 12 crew.
False start. Offense number 89. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Interesting start right here for Baylor. Jeff Grimes, the offensive coordinator, told us they've got to do some different things than they did the first game. Treston Ebner was a non-factor the first game, had 0 catches. First play of the game, they throw him the football. Second play, they tried to run him. He had 8 carries for 0 yards. They want him more involved in what they do today.
He's a great dual threat player. The pitch is to Ebner. Shapen took a pretty good pop as he pitched it. And they have established Ebner very quickly. He's across midfield to the Oklahoma State 48-yard line.
It's a little speed option. Quarterback does a nice job getting rid of the football before he's drilled by Tyler Lacey. Probably the most visible NFL prospect on this outstanding Oklahoma State defense. Tyler Lacey, 6'4", 295-pounder.
Not a lot of top pro prospects on the defense, but collectively they're terrific in their 4th year in this system under Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator. Nice throw by Shapen through a crowd, and it's a first down to the 31-yard line for the veteran R.J. Sneed.
The thing they like about Shapen is his poise and his willingness to just stay in the pocket. This is a tough throw. There's 3 defenders right there, and he stays right in there and makes a beautiful throw to Sneed. Or I'm talking Thornton for the catch.
It's number 9, Tyquan Thornton. Another veteran, is 137th career reception. 14th all-time at Baylor.
Oklahoma State gives you 2 different looks structurally, a press look and an off look to try to confuse quarterbacks.
They're off on this down, 1st and 10. Gavin Yates, one of their tight ends, to the 30 for a pickup of 4.
When Shapen came in the game at the end of the first half against Kansas State, he hit his first 4 passes, led them to a field goal, calmed himself down, and I think his poise and his willingness to just kind of hang in the pocket. Gary Bohannon was a great running quarterback, and he would leave the pocket and make plays outside the pocket more quickly than Blake Shapen chooses to do.
Out of the pistol, Treston Ebner leads the running back again. He lost the football, and the Cowboys have it at the 25-yard line.
Devin Harper that rips the football out. And Rodriguez, now they're questioning it. No, it's a clean recovery for Oklahoma State.
Malcolm Rodriguez got his hand in. And after they took a look at it, it is deemed a recovery by Oklahoma State.
These two inside linebackers, Rodriguez and Harper. Jim Knowles said it's the best combo of inside linebackers he's ever been around. They're the two leading tacklers on the team. They're signal callers. They're heart and soul guys. And they combine right there to cause the first turnover of the football game.
Baylor did not turn it over in that regular season meeting in Stillwater. They were actually +3 for the game, but still lost to the Cowboys. Spencer Sanders deep down the middle and through the hands of his wide open receiver at the 50-yard line. It was Blaine Green, the freshman, who's really emerged in recent weeks. He should have had that one.
Ball sailed a little bit on Sanders, a little bit high, but Blaine Green has he's really helped their offense moving to that H-back kind of hybrid position they call the cowboy back from wide receiver.
Sanders, he got stripped of the ball, picked it back up on the bounce, and got to the 28-yard line. Looked like it might be a catastrophe for Oklahoma State. Turned into a gain of a couple.
Really nice play. Coming in there, Matt Jones, number 52, gets the ball out. Matt Jones plays all three linebacker positions, playing the outside linebacker today with Terrell Bernard back in the lineup, number 2. He did not play in that first matchup in Stillwater. Number 2, their best defensive player, one of the 2 best on this defense.
He was out with a knee injury, the only game he missed all year. A screen and a wide open Dominic Richardson, and he spins down with an apparent first down at the 36-yard line. Knocked down by Al Walcott. Well, now looking at that mark, it's going to be very close. They beat the Sooners, and he was concerned about the mindset, particularly the physical readiness. Today they expended a lot of emotional and physical capital in that win over the Sooners.
Great opportunity to get this guy involved right there. Tay Martin, their leading receiver after that conversion.
On first down, a keep by Sanders. Taken out of bounds after a gain of 2. Jaron McVay, the veteran safety, and veteran is an understatement. He's playing in his 58th career game today.
Well, we have a lot of super seniors and fifth-year seniors on both of these teams that are just really making the most of this extra year or 2 of eligibility because of COVID. And that makes for a veteran team.
Particularly on defense, it's a reason why Sanders throws short to his intended receiver, Braden Cassidy, one of their tight ends in the flat. It's a reason why they're both really good on defense. They both, Todd, have veteran teams on the defensive side of the ball.
Now the encouraging thing for Baylor is they are creating pressure on the quarterback with a 4-man rush. I mean, they have really gotten after it. Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator, was once the head coach who hired Dave Aranda at Delta State. Dave Aranda returned the favor last year here at Baylor.
I was glad he did. Roberts has done a great job with this defense. Sanders has time. Juggling catch made. First down. There's Tay Martin, their leading receiver, the transfer from Washington State to the 48-yard line, a gain of 11.
Perfect timing. You know, it's interesting. Tay Martin, that's his 62nd catch of the year. 38 of those catches happen outside the numbers. They really throw it to him wide.
Sanders outside the numbers to Martin again. Outside the hash marks and inside the numbers at the 44-yard line. Mark Milton made the tackle.
Oklahoma State showing the potential for some tempo. Tempo created problems for Baylor the first time they played in Stillwater.
Sanders in trouble and dropped for a loss. There's Terrell Bernard, their 5th-year senior captain. He had a torn meniscus and sat out the regular season game. Had it scoped, came back in the very next game to play against West Virginia. Despite missing one game, still their leading tackler. They weren't quite lined up. And it's Desmond Jackson who ripped through the quick hitter for the first down to the Baylor 34. 11 more on the ground for Oklahoma State.
Again, tempo. It's a running play on 3rd and short. Baylor trying to communicate, trying to get lined up. Didn't have their cleats in the ground. And Oklahoma State capitalized.
Sanders, single coverage, up for grabs, and it is caught by the freshman Jaden Bray.
This is a 50-50 ball. When you hear coaches talk about you throw it up and give your guy a chance. Perfectly thrown over the outside shoulder, and Jaden Bray comes down with it.
They marked it at the 8. Jackson trying to bounce outside. And he's stopped by the corner, Mark Milton. My question would be, Todd, where is Jalen Warren, their leading rusher?
Right.
More than 1,100 rushing yards. Jackson didn't get a single carry in the game against Oklahoma last week.
Well, we haven't seen Jalen Warren, and we didn't see Abram Smith in the first possession for Baylor either. So 2,000-yard rushers that you think we would see a whole lot of, we have not yet seen in the football game.
That is strange. Dominic Richardson now the running back as they operate out of the pistol. Richardson lowered his head, got to the 5. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Nearly midway through the first quarter of this Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game.
Both these teams good on 3rd down defense, but so far Oklahoma State 3 for 3. That's why this drive is sustained down inside the 15-yard line.
Sanders, plenty of time to the end zone, incomplete. Off the hands of Blaine Green with Jalen Petrie, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year in coverage. He's a safety.
He does a little bit of everything. He can cover, he can play against the run, he can blitz. And so there's a red zone stop. This Baylor defense a little different in style than Oklahoma State. A little bit more bend but don't break, and they play really well in the red zone. And in this case, forcing a field goal attempt.
Tanner Brown, 23 yards, just inside the right hash mark, and it is good. Oklahoma State capitalizes on the turnover and leads 3-0. Justin Ebner back for another kickoff. The first one from Tanner Brown was a touchback. His field goal has given the Cowboys a 3-0 lead. He'll try it this time from the goal line. And he's down at the 21, well covered by Oklahoma State, led by Jeff Robertson. Well, one of the interesting facets of this game, the chess match between Baylor offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes and Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma State. They are 2 of the 5 finalists for the Broyles Award for the best assistant coach in the country. The winner of that award will be announced on Tuesday night in Little Rock. First year at Baylor for Grimes, and what a difference he's made, particularly in their ability to run the football.
Well, they're coming out throwing early in this game, and they're also coming out with more spread formations. They're trying to move some of those people away from the line of scrimmage. Blake Shapen is off to a nice start. And Jeff Grimes, he said to us, he said, look, we have to be more efficient running the football than we were the first game. Only 107 yards, and 55 of that came on 1 carry for a touchdown. And we've got to hit some more explosive plays down the field.
Given Shapen some easy passes. That was an 8-yarder to R.J. Sneed. Shapen's 4 for 4. Out of the pistol. Here's their leading rusher, Abram Smith, who got spun down after a 1-yard gain. So they were held to a season low 14 points in that loss in Stillwater. They scored at least 20 in every other game this season. 55 of those 107 rush yards for Dave Aranda's team came on that 1 touchdown run by Abram Smith. They only gave up 12 sacks all year, 3 of them in that game against the Cowboys.
Now this is a press structure. Look at all these people around the line of scrimmage right here. It's an aggressive style of defense.
Dylan Doyle comes in, lined up as a fullback, trying to lead the way from Smith, and he went nowhere. Malcolm Rodriguez leading the defense as he's done so often in recent years. Their leading tackler for the third year in a row.
When you have this many bodies around the line of scrimmage, you can't block them all. Sometimes you have to be able to make an unblocked guy miss. That time there were multiple unblocked guys, and Rodriguez, who does not miss many tackles, made that one.
Baylor goes for it on fourth down a lot, including in their own territory, but not here against this salty defense.
They run the ball on third down a lot, and Oklahoma State was ready for it.
Isaac Power the punt. Brennan Presley the fair catch. 49-yard punt. Oklahoma State leads 3-0, and they're back on offense in a moment. Of course, just after we're finished, Cincinnati and Houston, and the Bearcats win, finish an undefeated season, and play their way into the college football playoff. Swing pass, Jaden Bray did well to gain 2, chopped down by Kalen Barnes, another of those veterans. He's a senior, playing in his 40th career game.
What's interesting about these two teams, Sean, and this is why they're in the championship. Both these teams have gotten better as the season has gone on. When they played in Stillwater back in early October, Oklahoma State got the better of them. Both these teams are significantly better than they were then on both sides of the ball. Baylor's defense hanging right in there so far in this one as well.
They were both 4-0 entering that game, and they were ranked earlier in that week for the first time this season. Sanders throws too high and intercepted, and being run back by J.T. Woods inside the 10 and out of bounds. They're going to mark him right near the 10-yard line.
This is a bad decision by Sanders. He's going to try to fit one in this hole, but there's 2 defenders. There's one underneath, one over the top. The ball sails on him, and J.T. Woods comes up with the interception. J.T. Woods had an interception earlier in the year against Oklahoma State when they played in Stillwater. Again, the first time they played, as you take a look at the replay on the Dr. Pepper Pylon cam, the first time they played, Sanders threw 3 interceptions, but Baylor was not able to capitalize.
Yeah, they were +3, the Baylor Bears, and still lost. Turnovers are even now. Can Baylor capitalize? Pass in the flat. And Drew Estrada, transfer from Dartmouth, dragging the tackler Jason Taylor with him, very near another first down, just shy of the 1.
Well, you got to believe now is when Abram Smith gets the football. Again, Jeff Grimes changing up his style, more spread formations and more quick throws, getting the ball out of the hands of the quarterback Shapen. But at this point now, number 7's your guy.
He has 12 rushing touchdowns. He's on the right hip of Blake Shapen. He's leading the way as a blocker. And Shapen got near the first down. He's 6 feet, 192 pounds. That's an interesting play call to me when you have Abram Smith.
Yeah. Well, I get it because you pick up an extra blocker, but the difference is when Gary Bohannon is a quarterback, he's 6'3", 221 pounds. So it's a different body type running that play.
And you don't have a lot of depth behind Shapen if he takes the kind of hit that caused him to leave the game. They bring Dylan Doyle, one of their starting linebackers, back in. He has a touchdown run and a touchdown catch out of that fullback position. And interesting fake. It worked. It's a touchdown to Ben Sims.
Just love the poise of this young quarterback. He takes his time to sell this fake. Then he knows he's going to get hit. But watch him sell the fake with his eyes and with hiding the football. And that's why Sims was so wide open. It was a brilliant fake on the 3rd down and 1 call. And Baylor gets the touchdown.
What a cool customer Blake Shapen is. Second career start, and it comes in the conference title game. And he hasn't missed yet. He's 6 for 6 for 59 and a touchdown. Isaiah Hankins added the extra point. So it was set up by the takeaway. That's 21 straight games with a takeaway now for the Baylor defense.
Yeah, bad throw, bad decision. Throwing it there in the middle of the field, and Baylor, what they do best, takes the ball away, and the offense capitalizes with a leading touchdown.
Spencer Sanders throws an interception, his 9th of the season. Been better in that area recently, although they did survive 2 interceptions he threw last week to win the Bedlam game against Oklahoma. Baylor capitalized on the short field and has a 7-3 lead. As Noah Rauschenberg kicks off, and it's a touchback. Here's Molly.
Well, Mike Gundy told us Spencer Sanders has let his emotions get the best of him in the past, and he was hot after that interception. He yelled at an official for seemingly a missed holding call on a Baylor defender on one of his receivers. He had to be restrained by his teammates, and quarterbacks coach Tim Rattay had to calm him down on the sidelines, guys.
Now, it could have been a hold. The problem is there was a deep safety right behind the receiver. That was the problem for Sanders, not the hold on his receiver. The fact that there was a deep safety waiting there for the football, reading the quarterback's eyes.
When we spoke with Casey Dunn, the offensive coordinator, said that's a big reason for the improvement of Sanders this year. He's gotten better at not getting emotional, not letting one mistake, one bad play carry into the next. Here's Dominic Richardson out to the 29-yard line. He said Tim Rattay is really the guy charged with doing that. Tim was an outstanding quarterback. When something bad happens, he gets with Sanders on the sideline and tries to calm him down.
Yeah, and that's been very valuable. I mean, obviously Sanders is an emotional guy. He plays with his heart on his sleeve, but Tim Rattay being on the field has done a great job of just getting him to look to the next play. And that's been a big improvement for him.
Pass in the flat. Lane Green out of bounds. 30-yard line. Short gain. And Molly, where is Jalen Warren?
Yeah, you guys have been wondering where he is. I'm told he's not 100%. He's been dealing with a lower leg injury for most of this season, but he's available and healthy enough to play. He's just not 100%, Sean.
He's by far their leading rusher. Had a terrific year. The offensive newcomer in the year in the Big 12 as a transfer from Utah State. Sanders flush to his right. Takes off running and skips out of bounds with the first down.
Well, that's what he can do, and that's when we talked to Ron Roberts. He said the biggest concern with dealing with Sanders is his ability with his feet to create a second play. So the first play was dead. They had good pressure. They had the receivers covered. He's able to create a second play with his legs, getting outside and picking up the first down. Find Tay Martin again, especially if Jalen Warren's not playing.
Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Sanders pressured after the fake and throws another interception. Matt Jones picked it off.
Just a beautiful job by Matt Jones reading the screen. Now Sanders was under pressure, so maybe he didn't see Matt Jones, but watch, he's going to read this screen right away. He knows they're trying to throw the screen to Blaine Green. He stays right between him and the quarterback. Sanders has to unload it because of the pressure and was not expecting the linebacker to be there.
And this place is packed. 80,000 seat capacity for this game. Shapen wants to go deep after the second takeaway, and a flag thrown in the end zone. Bernard Converse had the coverage on Tyquan Thornton.
This is a good throw. I mean, it's away from the safety. It's deep enough to give Thornton a chance. You can see the pull right there on the back of the jersey by Bernard Converse.
Defense number 24, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
When Oklahoma State plays man coverage, they do have a tendency to reach and grab.
He's another of those veterans making his 46th career start. All of them consecutively. Flag down as Abram Smith fell ahead for a yard. Jaden Jernigan, backup defensive lineman, made the tackle.
Offside. Defense number 96 is lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Cody Walderscheid, who's also a backup as they roll in some new players into the front for Mike Gundy. Trying to win his second Big 12 championship. They won it in 2011. Back then, this conference did not have a title game. They were the regular season champs with a school record 12-win season. This is the first time that they've ever played in a conference championship game. They won 11 conference titles back to the 1920s. First and 5. Pressure off the corner immediately. Trey Sterling came on a blitz from Shapen's right, and all Shapen could do is get out of the way.
Well, they took Oliver, their best pass rusher, and dropped him into coverage. They brought pressure from the field, and two guys unblocked with an easy path to the quarterback. Shapen smart just to go down and give that play to the Oklahoma State defense. Don't make things worse by trying to force the football.
Sterling, a fifth-year senior. Another Texan from Sunnyvale. Instead of first and 5, now Jeff Grimes calling a 2nd and 13. With a half minute to go in the opening quarter. Thornton's open. He bounces off a hit and goes down inside the 5.
Really nice job, kind of a high-low work. Thornton was the deeper receiver. Ebner's short. Thornton's going to come behind it, and you put the linebackers in conflict. Harper is the linebacker in conflict, goes right over his hands. Beautiful throw by Shapen over the hands of Devin Harper.
Sterling couldn't tackle him on the original contact. He was involved in the stop, but yards after the catch, in total a 21-yard completion on the last play of the first quarter.
How about the start for Blake Shapen?
7 for 7 for 80 yards and a touchdown. ESPN's presentation of college football on ABC will return after this message and word from our Pepper Championship Week. Start of a great day of championships around college football. All day long here on ABC. Blake Shapen, the redshirt freshman quarterback, has his team up 7-3 and threatening again. Throws to an open receiver. Touchdown. Drew Estrada. Wide open.
Baylor has totally mixed up the Oklahoma State defense. This is the little rub route. The inside receivers going out. Estrada, the outside receivers coming in. They pick the defender. And Shapen makes the right choice of where to go with the football. Gets that 1 foot down, but it's just the style. They've only run for 7 yards. Shapen has not missed a pass. They've gone spread formations, and they've really neutralized this Oklahoma State defense and capitalized on turnovers.
Drew Estrada, transfer from Dartmouth, had a great career in Hanover, New Hampshire, and a key contributor in his first year here at Baylor. 23rd catch of the year. It's his first touchdown as a Baylor Bear.
He's got to get his mind right and realize there's a lot of football left, and he's got a great team. Although it is interesting, as Molly reported, trying to do this without Jalen Warren changes things for Oklahoma State.
Well, if he's available, then you might want to try it. Because without him as a run threat, it's a lot easier to play the pass if you're on the Baylor defense. Maybe Ron Roberts calling those defenses. Touchback from Noah Rauschenberg. It's Desmond Jackson, who entered today with 29 carries all year compared to 237 for Warren in the regular season. And Jackson gets stuffed for a loss of 1, led by Siaki Ika. What a character he is, and what a terrific player he is Casey Dunn, the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma State, said, "Did you watch film of number 62, and he just throws centers around."
You can't block him with one guy. I mean, Oklahoma State tried to do it that time. He just took the man blocking him in and drove him right into the running back.
Part of their title team at LSU in 2019. Aranda was the defensive coordinator. They try a draw, and Jackson with another loss back to the 19. Jalen Petrie, one of the finalists for the Thorpe Award, is the best defensive back in the country.
Nice little stunt. Here's Petrie. He's coming inside on the stunt, and it's perfect timing. It's going to go right to where the play's going. The draw play, he's unblocked. And a 3rd and long now for Sanders.
3rd and 15. And they're not even going to risk it with Sanders shaky, having already thrown 2 interceptions on 3rd and long. A very safe run. Desmond Jackson, tackled by Terrell Bernard, and Casey Dunn has to figure it out for this Cowboy offense.
Well, right now, what Mike Gundy needs is his defense to play the way they've played all year. They've got to get a 3 and out. They've got to try to play some field position, see if they can flip the field, because right now, Baylor controlling this football game thanks to the turnovers and thanks to the throwing of Blake Shapen.
Tom Hutton, the 31-year-old punter from Australia. And a fair catch made by Treston Ebner after a 47-yard punt. So they're playing as Baylor with their backup quarterback, Blake Shapen, his 2nd career start. And if you're a Bears fan, you're a little bit worried about that, you can stop worrying.
Well, that was the first play of the game, and he has looked comfortable and poised in the pocket. When you're comfortable and you're relaxed, your vision is better. He's seeing the field. He's not bothered by this pressure defense of Oklahoma State, and the play calling and the formations has really kind of put this defense on their heels. I got to believe Jim Knowles is going to try to find a way to pressure this guy pretty soon.
They've sacked him once. They've given a lot of quick short throws like this one on 1st down to Ebner. Tackled perfectly as always by the former wrestler Malcolm Rodriguez. Shapen, redshirt freshman from Shreveport, Louisiana. It wasn't even a given he'd be a football player in college. He was one of the top baseball recruits in the country. I was on a radio show last night, Todd in Waco, with Matt Mosley. He said if Shapen opted to be on the baseball team at Baylor, there's been talk about that. Steve Rodriguez would love to have him. He'd be a middle-of-the-order hitter in their starting shortstop.
Played at Evangel Christian High School, really good football program in Louisiana.
Ebner did well to turn that into a game. Shapen is also the nephew of the great golfer Hal Sutton, 15 times a winner on the PGA Tour, won the PGA Championship, Players Championship. You have to be good under pressure to win that much on the PGA Tour, so Tom under pressure might run within the family.
Well, he needs to be smart under pressure here. 3rd and long, Oklahoma State wanting a 3 and out. He's got to make a good decision with the football here and not give the Cowboys a short field.
4-man rush. He got it off, but short of the 1st down. Tyquan Thornton, excellent tackle by Jarek Bernard Converse.
How about that throw? That was a shortstop throw. Did you see it? It was a little sidearm sling. He hit Thornton on the move. It was a good throw and catch, but well defended on 3rd down with the sure tackle by Converse. There it is, a little flick.
I know they're short throws, but the accuracy has been very impressive. 10 for 10 now. Such a good baseball player. He played in the Under Armour All-American game in 2019 at Wrigley Field. Whew. Rocket of a punt from Isaiah Power. And Baylor gets a nice bounce as they'll down it inside the 10-yard line. Brooks Miller there to down it. 54-yard punt. Can Spencer Sanders get it together? Appealing matchup Monday night, Pats and Bills. Dominic Richardson still nowhere to run, loss of a yard.
You know, Baylor is not running very well, only 8 yards, but they're not trying. They've only run it 7 times. Oklahoma State has run it now 12 times, but only 22 yards. So both run defenses have really stepped up here in the ball game so far. A lot of guys in the box there for Baylor anticipating run.
They don't want Sanders to throw it, and every running play in the last 2 series is going in reverse.
Spencer Sanders throwing out of this end zone. It's all Oklahoma State fans in this end zone, so he should be able to call a throw game here and try to make a play.
Three receivers were in a bunch to the short side. He's going deep into triple coverage, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Brennan Presley. And that really had no chance as Presley was surrounded. Tom Hutton, short punt. Flag down to the line of scrimmage. Fair catch made by Treston Ebner, just shy of midfield. Well, it was really a prayer. We'll check out the penalty and then go back and look at the no call on the last offensive play for the Cowboys. Brandon Cruz, the referee.
Illegal formation. Kicking team had 5 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalties enforced from the end of the play. It's first down Baylor.
There's the quarterback whisperer, Tim Rattay, alongside Sanders. Blake Shapen comes out slinging. Another short throw, easy completion to Drake Dabney, one of their tight ends, just his 9th catch of the year.
The ball's getting out of his hands quick. It's 4 or 5 receivers out in the routes. It's spreading out this Oklahoma State defense. It's a much different approach than when they played them in Stillwater. In Stillwater, they played 12 personnel, which is 2 tight ends with real condensed formations a lot. Now, this is 12 personnel, but they still have 2 wide receivers as well.
11 for 11 Shapen to 7 different receivers. Abram Smith lowers the boom, takes the defense with him for a first down. He just ran over Devin Harper and some other Cowboys.
Well, they like to talk about RVO, reliable, violent offense. That's what Jeff Grimes wanted to bring here. That's the description of RVO right there. You got a linebacker that you switch to running back who runs with a linebacker mentality over a linebacker. And that's the kind of run game that has transformed this Baylor offense this year.
That was a reliably violent run, and Smith's been giving him those all year. Shapen deeper down the field. He's still perfect. It's another first down to Tyquan Thornton. Well, Jeff Grimes, as we said, the new offensive coordinator, came into the offseason from BYU, where he had great success with Zach Wilson and that bunch last year. He wanted to bring this running game, wide zone offense, as he calls it. This after a lot of spring practice, he didn't feel like they had a running back who could execute the running style that he wanted. Here's Smith. Here's Smith. That's the style he wanted. So one of the coaches mentioned to him, you know, Abram Smith, when he first got here, was a running back for his first 2 years. Didn't play very much, had only 12 carries, but he had been a linebacker. So Grimes asked Dave Aranda and Ron Roberts, can we give him a try back at running back? And from the moment he made that switch in spring practice, it has worked.
And he was a little reluctant because he had had some success playing linebacker last year. And he was a little reluctant to make the switch, but it's paid off for everybody.
Here he comes again.
The philosophy in this game has been throw the football to set up the run. Right now they're having some success running it because of how well Shapen has thrown it so far here in the first half.
3rd down and 1. Shapen, quick toss as he went under center. Ebner has the corner, has the first down. Knocked out of bounds at the 6 by Sean Michael Flanagan.
Really a nice job by Shapen. When he went up under center, watch, they thought it was quarterback sneak for sure. They called a quick toss. They bottled up the middle, but they didn't have the perimeter secure. And it was a nice call by Jeff Grimes, executed by his young quarterback, and Ebner gets the first down on 3rd and short.
Ebner playing in his Baylor record 60th game. He's a 5th-year senior. Smith back in now. Shapen, look out, in trouble. He throws it. That might be backwards. It's a free ball. Colin Oliver put the pressure on, and Thomas Harper wound up with the ball.
Well, Colin Oliver, you cannot block with a tight end or a back.
Well, he's straddling the 20-yard line
on the field is an incomplete forward pass. There was intentional grounding on the offense. Quarterback.
Now, I think it's a forward pass, but the reason that it's intentional grounding.
Foul with a loss of down. The ruling of a forward pass is under review.
We'll sort out this very important ruling when we come back.
Places the ball at the 21.5-yard line. It's second down.
Well, you can hear the booing as we were coming back from break. Brandon Cruz announcing that the play stands is called. So I don't think the replay official, Rick Lumiere, had enough evidence, Matt Austin, to overturn the call on the field.
Yeah, I agree. And without a shot right down the line, this is so close, I don't think there is indisputable evidence to overturn this call. So you have to go with the ruling on the field.
And what they ruled was they're spotting the ball on the 21.5, and the ball clearly landed on the 21.
I don't think that's accidental placement.
A half-yard forward pass there. Baylor very lucky, because that could have been a huge mistake.
They had to put it there, because if you said it was on the 21 and the ball landed on the 21, as Matt said, it has to be forward, or else it's backward. So they were paying attention to the spot. Second and goal from the 21. Baylor already up 14-3. In traffic, catch made. Ben Sims, junior from San Antonio, gets them to the 13-yard line.
Another quick throw that time by Shapen. Ben Sims, a big part of this offense. I mean, Oklahoma State does not throw to their tight ends very often. Baylor does. Ben Sims coming into the game, 27 catches, 5 touchdowns. He's added to that in both categories already today.
Single coverage, end zone, Shapen, and it is caught for a touchdown. Tyquan Thornton with Christian Holmes all over it.
This is a perfect throw by Blake Shapen. To the back pylon, over the outside shoulder, away from the defender, secures the catch, actually got both feet in. I mean, that is a perfectly thrown football by Blake Shapen.
And a beautiful catch by Thornton as we look at it from the pylon cam, brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
My goodness. Well, they took advantage of the near fatal mistake. They get the ball back. He hits Ben Smith for Sims to bring it into a 3rd and short, and then he throws a perfect touchdown to Thornton.
His first today is 9th of the season. Isaiah Hankins, and movement before the snap. You're right, everything going Baylor's way. There are a lot of teams right behind Oklahoma State in the CFP
Offside,
rankings.
defense, contact in the neutral zone. Penalty is declined. Try will be from the 3-yard line.
Watching this with interest. If Mike Gundy's team takes another loss, their college football playoff hopes almost certainly go out the window. Baylor entertained very faint hopes. It would take a lot of chaos in front of them, in addition to a Baylor win, get them back in the CFP picture, but who knows? College football's kind of wacky. Zany. Largest deficit of the season now for Oklahoma State. Thornton, the beautiful catch. Shapen, magnificent. And it's 21-3. We've asked a number of people. No one seems to explain it. It's 72 degrees outside. It's actually quite warm inside, with the roof closed. All Baylor in this Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game. Leading 21-3. Noah Rauschenberg, another touchback.
All that factors in, and right now it looks pretty smart.
Swing pass, Desmond Jackson.
This is a critical drive for Oklahoma State and Spencer Sanders. There's 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. They won the toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They need to get a touchdown on this drive and get some momentum to get themselves back in this football game.
6-yard gain, Sanders deep for Bray. Single coverage and a great adjustment to the ball. It's a first down into Baylor territory at the 44-yard line, and they'll get quickly to the line of scrimmage after a 25-yard pickup. They spread the field with 5 wide receivers. They're slinging it now. Deep and incomplete. Going into double coverage for their best, Tay Martin. Kalen Barnes, the nearest defender.
Kalen Barnes was in good position. He had inside position, so the only way that Martin's going to get to the football, he's got to run over the cornerback. He's entitled to that position. He did, because he's a talented receiver, but Kalen Barnes was in perfect position. Martin just not able to sustain the catch through the ground.
So without Jalen Warren, their leading rusher, they're totally foregoing the running game now. Screen for Desmond Jackson, 1-yard gain. Of course, when they did try to run a recent series, 4 of their last 5 running plays went for lost yardage.
And you wonder if Mike Gundy is thinking 4-down territory here too on 3rd and 10. The injured player is Kalen Barnes down, so both teams will have a chance to talk about it. I wouldn't be surprised if Gundy's thinking 2 plays here.
Could be a cramp. We mentioned it's warm indoors here at Jerry World. Indeed they are hoping there'll be an opening for them into the college football playoff. Big completion on 3rd down and 10. Sanders to Tay Martin. The Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway coming up. Stay tuned at halftime. Watch 2 deserving students compete for a life-changing grand prize of $100,000 in tuition from Dr. Pepper. Trying another safe screen. It opened up for Desmond Jackson. And
nice
totally
move.
foregoing the running game is working pretty well for them.
Well, they're using the screen as the running play. That's the 2nd one on this drive. Hunter Woodard, the right guard, did a nice job getting a block on Dylan Doyle, the middle linebacker, to spring that one.
Dinking and dunking down the field. Now taking a shot. Bray gets the flag. He sold it with some style. Al Walcott had the coverage.
Pass interference, defense, number 13, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Kind of grabbed at him as he went to make a move for the football. Walcott didn't know where the ball was, and as Bray tried to release to go to the football, kind of got grabbed and then sold it pretty effectively as well.
Sanders asking for some calls. Got it there. When we spoke to Mike Gundy, he said this season's been a surprise, particularly the way it started, because they had no idea who was going to play wide receiver. Some young players have emerged, including Bray. Now it's Martin, batted away by Walcott. That is the 8th straight passing attempt. Actually, it was Kalen Barnes who had the coverage.
So there is a lot of time in this half. I think you got to think about a quarterback run by design here too for Spencer Sanders. He's an excellent runner. See if that'll work.
Wide open there for a draw, quarterback draw. They pressure him. He puts it up for Martin, and it's knocked down by the great Jalen Petrie. Only player in the country who's forced 3 or more fumbles, who's recovered 3 or more fumbles, and who has 2 or more interceptions.
That's just perfect coverage, reading the eyes of the receiver, and then just got his hands up there. The draw, the quarterback run could have worked on 2nd down, 3rd down. You almost have to throw here unless you put him on the move and give him a run-pass option.
3rd and goal from the 6. They're down by 18. 4-man rush. He steps into the rush. Stays on his feet for a while now. Throws it away. The general direction of Bray. Braden Utley. Jaron McVay, the pressure, and Mike Gundy has to send on the field goal team.
Good rush by 4 guys, 7 defenders against the pass, and when you don't have to guard that much length of the field, you can really squeeze those routes. Sanders does well just to get rid of the football and not take a loss.
So it'll be a 23-yard try for Tanner Brown, again from just inside the right hash mark, just about the same spot he made the first field goal, except in the opposite direction. So the field goal is good. Dave Aranda, that's a win as his defense rose up. There could be chaos today. I mean, George is going to be in no matter what. I think everybody agrees on that. Well, what if Michigan loses? What if Cincinnati loses? What if Alabama loses? Do they still make it as a 2-loss team? Lots to sort out for the committee. Your 6 bowl games. We'll have the final top 25 rankings. It's a 4-hour special. Abram Smith, running room, and a 12-yard gain on first down. Perfect start for Blake Shapen, and you saw the graphic. He's 14 for 14. Most completions to start a game by any quarterback in the country this year, tied with Will Rogers. Had an excellent season for Mississippi State. With the lead and 3 minutes to go in the half, they run it with Abram Smith to the 36-yard line.
Well, they run it, which is conservative, but they've run it effectively on back-to-back plays with Abram Smith. So if they make another first down here with just under 3 minutes, they might get a little bit more aggressive with a quarterback who they feel very comfortable and confident in, to see if they can tack on some more here before the end of the half.
They've rushed for only 35 yards, and yet they have a 15-point lead. The slant for a first down. Tyquan Thornton has had a big first half for the offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes. And Christian Holmes, who was involved in the tackle, is slow to get up. And it's a right arm or shoulder injury, it seems, with a transfer from Missouri. Well, we will have some new blood. One of the criticisms of the 14 playoff, it's the same teams over and over again. Clemson definitely will not make its 7th appearance in 8 years this year. Alabama still might. Ohio State hoping for a lot of chaos to transpire today. Abram Smith just shy of the first down, just shy of midfield. Tanner McAllister made the tackle.
I think the play calling of Jeff Grimes and the execution by Blake Shapen in the first half has been amazing. I mean, they have kept this aggressive Oklahoma State defense on their heels, and they've really mixed them up with formations and with play calling. It's been a beautiful first half of offensive football for Baylor, who did not have much success offensively when these two teams met in Stillwater in October.
And in fairness to the Oklahoma State defense, which has given up 21 points, they've had to defend a couple of short fields after the Sanders interceptions. Great tackle to stop Drew Estrada short of the first down. It was Tanner McAllister and Trey Sterling to force third down and a short 2.
They're bringing Dylan Doyle in, their fullback. Remember the last time he was in the game on the goal line, they threw a play-action pass for a touchdown to the tight end Ben Sims. It was a similar situation, only on the goal line, with Doyle in at fullback.
Well, hard-nosed player, transfer from Iowa. He's had a terrific 2 years in Waco. They fake the toss. They throw it to a wide-open tight end down the middle, and Sims has the first down. Beautiful play call by Jeff Grimes and well executed. Although if the throw was a little better, it might have gone for more. They'll settle for 17.
And it fooled the main veteran on this defense. Malcolm Rodriguez, the leader of this defense, leading tackler, was completely fooled by the fake. It was the same combination, the same concept, but a different execution. This time they're releasing the tight end right down the middle. Watch number 20 just get totally sucked up on the fake, and the tight end slips behind him. If the ball, you're right, if the ball's thrown better, it maybe is a touchdown. But nonetheless, a great conversion on 3rd and short for Baylor. Now they can be aggressive at this point. They've got 2 timeouts. They've got 46 seconds. They can be aggressive right here.
Blake Shapen, one of the performances of the year in college football. If you're just joining us, he's a redshirt freshman making his 2nd career start. And he is 17 for 17 for 151 and 3 touchdowns.
Had one bad play. Got away with it. Got away with the call in his favor, but only one bad play in the whole first half.
They used their first timeout. They have 2 more left. They're on the fringe of field goal range. Shapen pulls it down and takes off. And he got 8. We'll mark him at the 26. Texas Tech had a 53-yard field goal try at the buzzer, which would have forced overtime. Then Baylor had to watch Bedlam. They needed Oklahoma to lose, Oklahoma State to win, to be in this game. If Oklahoma had won Bedlam, they would have played the Cowboys in a rematch here today. And for quite a while in the second half, when they were down by 9, the Cowboys, it wasn't looking very good for Baylor to be in this title game. Trying to take advantage of it. Single coverage. Back in the end zone and broken up. Beautiful play by Jark Bernard-Converse. R.J. Sneed, the coverage. It is the first incompletion thrown by Shapen.
Well, they've been trying to run the 50-50 balls. They've been successful that time. Beautiful coverage by Bernard-Converse, knocking that ball away. Oklahoma State brought pressure and played 0 coverage, meaning there was no safety help, one-on-one across the board. A beautiful play by Bernard-Converse.
And Shapen, a remarkably cool gunslinger against this Cowboy defense. Smith on 3rd and 2.
Timeout now.
First down. 21-yard line. Looks like they're going to line up and spike it. You know, they don't have a lot of time to use the 2 timeouts.
Well, I think you use a timeout.
I agree with you. Well, they're going to run the play. Beautifully done. Didn't take any time off the clock. Single coverage again. And incomplete. Tyquan Thornton with Corey Black in coverage. He came in for Christian Holmes, who left the game moments ago. Just the sophomore from Baylor's hometown. Holmes is Black is from Waco, Texas.
Well, they are attacking this coverage. They are putting their trust in their young quarterback and their big receivers and say, we're going to throw 50-50 balls and believe we're going to come down with more of them. And so far they have.
2nd and 10. Short throw, incomplete. Then Sims, the tight end, trying to catch it on the move.
It was a low throw. That was not a good throw by Shapen because Sims was open, might have been able to turn upfield and get out of bounds also.
Well, give him the hook.
Yeah.
3 straight incompletions. They've used a timeout. Play clock is still running. They did not call timeout, and they're going to have to now because they don't have time to get it off. I think Shapen
Second timeout called by Baylor.
They had called the timeout.
Their second.
They still have 1, and with 10 seconds to go in the half, you would think that would be enough.
Well, we've seen a couple shots at the end zone on the go routes, a couple plays back-to-back, well defended by Oklahoma State. I think there might be some different type of route on this one. The guy they've targeted the most is Tyquan Thornton. 7 targets, 6 catches so far here in the first half.
And they tilt the safety coverage toward him, and there's a confusion on the route, and that's 4 straight incomplete passes after 17 straight completions to start the game. And here comes the field goal team with 5 seconds in the half.
See, this was not man-to-man. This was zone, so there was safety help coming over the top. And a little mix-up between Thornton and Shapen, but the bottom line, Oklahoma State guessed right, had a zone coverage and nowhere to go with the football.
I'd like to say it's still shaping up as a really good half for Blake. They'd like 3 more off the foot of the true freshman walk-on from Little Rock, Isaiah Hankins. And they got pressure on it, and I believe they got a piece of it. Corey Black came from the kicker's left and got enough of that ball to have it come up short.
Well, he made a nice play knocking a ball away, and now he's going to knock a kick away. And Oklahoma State takes some momentum, the last to score in the first half. And now they go into the locker room with a good play by their special teams and will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Hankins had not missed from inside 40 all year. That 39-yarder comes up short. Here's Molly McGrath.
Coach, what did that special teams play do for the confidence of your team heading into the locker room?
Well, I hope a lot. We need a little confidence. We need to settle down on offense a little bit. We're not rushing the balls as well as we need to. And then, obviously, turnovers put us in a tough situation. So we got to get everybody settled down and come out, play a good second half.
Will we see Jalen Warren in the second half?
No, Jalen can't play.
What do you guys need to do without him?
Well, we just got to stay the course. I mean, we got to get back in the flow and stay the course.
Thank you, Coach.
Apparently, Warren just wanted to be dressed to be in uniform with his teammates for this title game today. Baylor leading at the half.
They'll come right back on the field, and for Oklahoma State, Spencer Sanders just has to ball out here in the second half. I mean, he's a veteran starter. They need him to step up and make plays. Might even see a little tempo out of Oklahoma State if they get some things going. But right now, Baylor's defense has been very difficult to move the ball.
And the Baylor defense helped, obviously, by the absence of Jalen Warren. The leading running back for Oklahoma State, rushed more than 1,100 yards in the regular season, will not play today with an apparent leg injury. Noah Rauschenberg with the touchback. And here's Molly McGrath.
Well, Baylor's team was raucous leaving the locker room. They were all chanting, "They can't play with us." And Dave Aranda told me he loves that confidence. He saw that from his quarterback, Blake Shapen, from the start. He said he's not playing scared. As for their defense, he's very satisfied with what they're doing to Spencer Sanders. He said that we're playing two high safeties and we're eliminating the passing game. We're able to defend the run with the light box. Next step, we just need to do a better job defending the one-on-ones in the second half, guys.
No, that's exactly right. And what Dave Aranda just said to Molly, I mean, you got two safeties here, so that's pass defense. You only have 6 guys to defend the run, and they've done a good job of it. Oklahoma State's got to figure some things out.
Sanders takes off running, scrambled for his life, and turned it into a first down with an 11-yard gain.
Well, if you don't have your leading rusher in the game, and you're not doing the things you're accustomed to doing, then you got to find other ways to run it. And Spencer Sanders running it is certainly one option.
Desmond Jackson, who had 29 carries all year, and 15 of those were in one game in their rout against TCU, but thrust into the spotlight today in the absence of Jalen Warren, who did dress out and has been animated on the sideline. That is a huge loss for the Cowboys. A couple of receivers open. They went deeper down the field. John Paul Richardson got blasted by J.T. Woods, but he held on, got 8.
On a very manageable third down situation because of that completion here.
3rd down and 2. Sanders, good fake. Has the first down and then got tripped up. He was trying to get more, but nice tackle by J.T. Woods in the open field.
Here's where I think you speed it up a little bit. Now you've got the first down. You're out near midfield. You've got some momentum. You've got a veteran quarterback. You're without your leading rusher, but you still have Sanders, and you got Tay Martin. You got to figure a way to seize the momentum here early in the third quarter.
Sanders threw 2 interceptions in the first half. He had a fumble that he recovered. He throws a swing pass, but stumbling down is Desmond Jackson for a loss. Well, we spoke, Todd, with Mike Gundy and with Casey Dunn during the week about the improvement of Sanders. Mike Gundy said, well, he's matured, but we got our offensive line figured out. They've been much more consistent, and we're able to run the ball. So when you can run the ball and protect the quarterback's going to play well.
Right.
They can't run it today. It's really on his shoulders right now, and he delivers with a strike to Tay Martin to the Baylor 40, a gain of 17.
I think the answer for them has to be Tay Martin throwing him the football and Spencer Sanders running the football, whether by design or extending the play and making plays with his legs.
Well, he can run it by design. Desmond Jackson, tough run, but yields nothing. Spencer Sanders is their 2nd leading rusher on the season, 510 yards. Entering today's game, and bear in mind, sack losses come off the quarterback's rushing total, so he's really fared better than that in the running game. Motion and a fake, and he's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Jaron McVay had it fall right in his hands. It was Braden Utley who delivered the hit Sanders, who's thrown his third pick of the day.
Yeah, Sanders held onto this ball kind of long, and Utley is able to hit him right as he's releasing it, so he doesn't get anything on the football. And he throws his third interception of the day. That one, the result, direct result of pressure by Utley. Part of the problem is a first down play that netted 0. You have second and long. The Baylor defense brought some pressure and forced another turnover.
Sanders threw 3 against Baylor in the regular season. They managed to win that game. This game is dramatically different from that regular season meeting. Tyler Lacey dropped Treston Ebner for a loss. Of course, in that first game, we can't underscore enough the absence of Jalen Warren today. Warren carried the ball 36 times.
Yeah.
Injured player will step aside for a timeout. It's Brock Martin. "100% of your donation goes to cancer research." After the takeaway, Blake Shapen, short throw, catch made by Treston Ebner.
And Sean, that negative yardage play on first down, one of the few times that Baylor was slowed on first down. In that first half, they averaged over 6 yards a play on first down. Very different than when these two teams met earlier in the year. Chance for Oklahoma State right now to get off the field with a 3 and out.
Brock Martin limped off, the reason for the stoppage. He's back out there now on 3rd down and 7. Shapen, the slant, and looks like with the good tackle, Drew Estrada is going to be just short. Big stop by Jabbar Muhammad. And they will.
Well, now
they're going to go for it.
Baylor has gone for it on 4th down 22 times, or they've converted 22 times this year.
Do you like this in your own territory?
They're 8 for 9 converting on 4th down in their own territory, but I do not like this call. You have all the momentum in the game. Maybe try to draw them off sides, but I don't like going for it here.
I agree with you. Doyle, the fullback. This is a chance to give the Cowboys momentum right back into the game. Shapen lofts it up, throws it away. Well, as you said, they were 8 for 9 in their own zone, going for it on 4th down. Now 8 for 10, and both stops by Oklahoma State. They handed the Cowboys great field position, but Baylor in possession of a 15-point lead. Dominic Richardson.
Boy, what a good play.
Now, in that regular season game, when Baylor went for it in their own zone and didn't make it, the defense forced an immediate 3 and out and a punt. So Dave Aranda betting this group can do it again. That was Dylan Doyle for the nice play. 4 receivers out of the pistol. Dominic Richardson, the running back.
Another first down play that lost yardage. Baylor's been really good on first down, offense and defense today.
Pressure from the corner. He got double teamed, and there's the diving catch by Brennan Presley. Where are they going to mark it? He rolled across the line to gain, but they're going to mark him 1 yard short. It's 3rd and 1, and they come up quickly to the line. Looks like it would be a sneak for Sanders. And he has the first down.
Well, that second down play was a really nice throw by Sanders. He was under duress. Ika was getting pressure right in the middle of the pocket. Got to be better on first down right here. They can't come up 2nd down and 10 or 11 in this part of the field.
Richardson in trouble and dropped. Siaki Ika, as we have said a couple of times, a very hard man to block.
Well, this time there's 2 bodies. He just splits the double team and gets into the backfield. And the thing about him is not only is he big and powerful, he has excellent quickness and energy for a guy that big. He's going to make a lot of money at the next level as an interior defensive lineman.
Transfer from Salt Lake City. Interesting misdirection action here. Presley belted down. Didn't yield much. And Ika showed up stylishly ready to play. Where there's Siaki on the field before the game, likes the cameras, knows where they are.
Plays with great energy, has a really engaging personality, and again, his ability to play multiple plays. I mean, he plays with great effort and energy. Not in here on this third down play. More of a pass rush down for Baylor.
The defense trying to bail out the head coach. He put his faith in them by going for a fourth down. They rush four. Sanders short throw. Catch Presley. And he rolls forward for the first down. He was on top of the defender. Line judge isn't giving him a very good spot, but he's also signaling it was a first down.
Really nice effort by Presley. Tempo.
Yep, very quickly. Sanders has some running room. Spencer Sanders down to the 5 and wrestled down at the 4. And now all kinds of flags thrown late. Every official out there, even some people who don't have flags, throwing napkins, popcorn boxes.
Well, there was a late hit by Josh Sills after the play.
Unnecessary roughness. Offense number 72.
Crushing penalty.
15-yard penalty. The result of the play was a first down after enforcement. It's 1st and 10.
And that's a really smart guy in Josh Sills who knows better. That's a month late.
Played and started in a lot of Big 12 football games, and that was a huge mistake by the big fella. I mean, you're inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, and now you're back out. It's still first down, but you're a lot further away from that touchdown.
1st and 10 at the 19. We talked to Sills the other day. Very smart guy. As a matter of fact, he could do our jobs better than we do. He provided great analysis of both teams. Working toward a master's in international agriculture after getting his undergrad degree from West Virginia. Single coverage, bodies tangling, and a flag down. So Sills will feel better if that goes on Al Walcott, as they'll get the ball back in close on 1st and goal on a pass interference.
Little stutter step move by Bray, had a step, and there's the grab. Again, Walcott trying to look around and find the football, but it was after the grab on the shoulder pads. Doesn't allow the receiver to make a move towards the football. Impeded his movement to the football, so they're right back where they were a minute ago. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. And again, the running ability of Spencer Sanders here without Jalen Warren has to be part of the package here for Oklahoma State.
Give him credit. He's had a rough day, but he's leading them back. Touchdown! Dominic Richardson untouched.
Excellent block. Just caved in the whole side. Watch this offensive line get movement, get pushed. They have not run the ball very successfully that time. Anybody could have run through that hole. Beautiful execution at the point of attack. And Oklahoma State climbing back in this one.
Midway through the 3rd, just going for 1. Make it an 8-point game, 1-score game. Tanner Brown the extra point. So Dave Aranda will be asked about his decision to go for that 4th down with everything going his way. Regardless of the outcome of this one, that was a key decision.
Yeah, I mean, and it just, at that point of the field, you didn't need it. You know, Baylor took advantage of turnovers by Oklahoma State. That's just like a turnover when you go for it in your own territory and don't make it. Oklahoma State capitalized.
2008, we have a game here. 1-score game, some juice in the Cowboy fans, and a kickoff by Tanner Brown will be a touchback. Here's Molly.
After their 4th down stop, Oklahoma State defensive end Brock Martin was telling his teammates, let this be our turning point. This is exactly what we needed. We have to put doubt in their quarterbacks' minds, and the momentum shift and the sideline energy has completely changed here for the Cowboys, guys.
Yeah, and a rookie mistake by Blake Shapen, just throwing that ball away. You do that on third down and then punt on fourth, but that was fourth down. You got to try to make a play, some way, some shape. Even if you don't agree with going for it, your coach made the decision. You can't just throw it up into the seats.
Now some game pressure on the redshirt freshman quarterback. He's played exceedingly well. Ran into some traffic, bounced off it, and now here he goes across midfield to the 47-yard line, run down by Malcolm Rodriguez.
Well, the defenders, you're going to see these secondary guys running with receivers, and so it just opens up in front of Shapen. Everybody's got their back to the quarterback. He steps up in the pocket, finds a lane, and turns it into a nice play. Good decision to run the football by Blake Shapen.
28 yards on the run, trying to turn momentum quickly back to the Baylor Bears. Abram Smith follows it up with a 9-yard carry. Rodriguez, another tackle. You can say that just about every play that Oklahoma State is on defense.
This is the wide zone. Now watch, it's a little wider track, but the back has the ability to hit this in a lot of different places. They actually pull a lineman out, kind of extend another gap outside. And a good run by Abram Smith. Much more successful running the football after throwing it early in this ball game.
Smith again, stuffed. Tyler Lacey there. And let's give this Oklahoma State defense credit. All 3 touchdown drives for Baylor today started on the offensive side of midfield. They had an 11-yard touchdown drive after an interception, a 37-yard touchdown drive after an interception, and a 47-yard touchdown drive. So Jim Knowles' defense has really kept them in the game.
2 other 3rd and shorts now. They've had the fullback in. They've thrown the football to Ben Sims. Here he is right here, the tight end on this side in the slot position.
Dylan Doyle, the linebacker, gets the call, and he powers his way to the first down.
There's a good chance after that play is to go play action and take another shot down the field. Again, their go-to guy has been Tyquan Thornton, number 9. Looks like he's going up to the short side of the field into the boundary. Good opportunity for that in this part of the field.
The 36-yard line, 5 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. Smith chose to cut that inside. Didn't have many good options. There were a lot of Cowboys around the line of scrimmage. Picked up about 1.5 yards. Thomas Harper up from the secondary. Selection show on ESPN tomorrow at noon. It might be a long night for that committee. A lot of football to be played here today. Trickeration. It's going to be a throw from Thornton, and well defended. Trying to get it down the field. Now a flag down.
Oh,
Wonder if this is intentional grounding.
There was a receiver in the area. I mean, you know, he threw it away, which was a smart decision by Thornton not to force this ball. I thought there was a receiver in the area.
Intentional grounding on the offense. A player who threw the ball away did not control the snap, and there was no eligible receiver in the area. Penalty is loss of down at the spot of the pass. It's 3rd down.
We'll take a look at it. Here's Thornton. He's going to come on the reverse, get the ball. It's a double pass.
And let's bring in Matt Austin as we look at the replay.
There's a receiver in the area. I'm sorry. There's a guy there, Matt.
Well, there is a player there, but as you said, he was throwing it away. There wasn't a player 5 yards out of bounds.
Okay, so the point is, because he was not a quarterback, he doesn't have the ability to throw the ball away like that the way a quarterback does.
Right, he didn't receive the snap, so only the quarterback gets that protection.
Gotcha. Good clarification there.
Now they're out of field goal range on 3rd and 19. Abram Smith spun around and dropped for a loss. So the tricky play backfired. The penalty yardage brought them out of field goal range, and then Jim Knowles' defense with a big stop led by Malcolm Rodriguez with Colin Oliver.
Brock Martin not on the field, one of the other key leaders on that defense. Rodriguez, such a great player, such a heady player, leading tackler on this team the last 3 years. Now Baylor wants to try to pin it back and let their defense play with a long field.
Isaac Power, the punt, hoping for a good bounce. He didn't get it. As they've done all season long.
Well,
Oklahoma State leading up. Well, development in this game after that 28-yard run by Blake Shapen. He went reaching for his right shoulder. He continued on, but when that series ended, he went straight to the medical tent. He is still in there. Gary Bohannon to the top of your screen, ordinarily the starter warming up, but we don't think he will play. And that was Kyron Drones warming up, who's played 2 snaps all year. It goes deep for Jaden Bray. He had moved open, but couldn't haul in the bomb from Spencer Sanders.
Yeah, he had beaten Mark Milton on the play, but the ball was underthrown by Sanders. Couldn't get enough on it, and Bray not able to put the brakes on in time to make the catch. Tried to come back to it, got his hands under it, just not able to secure the catch.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. It's still first down.
No number given, but an offensive holding penalty.
66 they just called out. The center.
Joe Mahalski. He was starting for the 3rd game in a row. He was a backup through the first 10 games. Danny Godlewski, who was the starter, is injured. Momentum on the side of the Cowboys, but a long way to go. 90 yards from a touchdown. And on 1st and 20, it's Desmond Jackson for nothing.
Well, still 53 yards rushing for Oklahoma State. It's one thing to not have your leading rusher, Jalen Warren, but it's another thing when your offensive line is kind of getting manhandled by the Baylor defensive front 7. And that's been more of the story. I mean, obviously they miss Warren and his downhill running ability, but they have gotten no push or open things up other than that touchdown run a few moments ago.
Sanders under pressure, throws it away. Flags thrown.
Okay, now here's my only question about this. Is this a catchable pass?
No.
Because Sanders is clearly throwing the football away. So even if there was contact, you have to determine whether this ball is even catchable.
And that is likely the discussion with Brandon Cruz and his crew.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense number 12. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Wow, what a bailout penalty. I mean that is a penalty. Baylor's got them backed up. They're behind the sticks by 10 yards. And now they get an automatic first down. Matt, is it because they called the hold before the ball was thrown that stands up even if it's not a catchable pass? I'm surprised by that.
Yes. If you're holding and the ball is thrown, that becomes pass interference.
Gotcha.
Quick throw out wide to Tay Martin, taken down at the 24-yard line. Jaron McVay made the tackle. Rare positive first down play. The previous 6 first down plays had a total of -6 yards.
Oklahoma State needs to try to capitalize on this good fortune of that penalty. Even if they don't score here, they have a chance to flip the field. Their defense has started to settle in, move the football. Even if they end up punting, they help their defense out here after the penalty resulted in a first down.
Tough run by Desmond Jackson. He got 3. But when they had Jalen Warren in the regular season game against Baylor, they ran 59 running plays and threw only 23 passes. Without him today, only 25 runs, 28 passes. And Sanders engineer a signature comeback. Tay Martin the catch, first down. Of course, they had a signature comeback last week. Bear in mind, they were down by 9 points going to the 4th quarter against Oklahoma in Bedlam. Scored 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Defense was brilliant in the second half. Juggling, and it's intercepted on the ricochet. The defensive end, Utley's had a terrific game in the right place there. McVay popped it, and Utley caught it. And Sanders has thrown 4 interceptions today.
This is a really tough throw to make. Rolling to his left. He's trying to throw it back towards the middle. It's a little bit behind Brennan Presley. And the ball just ricochets up, and Utley comes away with it. Just a hard throw to make. Moving to your left, throwing back towards the middle. And Presley not able to reach back and make the catch.
Throw behind. And it results in the 4th interception. Thrown by Sanders, a career high. He's thrown 7 in the 2 games against Baylor this year. Shapen out of the tent, but not on the field. Here's Kyron Drones, his 3rd snap of the season. Abram Smith stuffed. He played 2 snaps last week against Texas Tech. Shapen ready to go and sprints on. Apparent shoulder injury for Shapen. Like he was grabbing at his throwing shoulder.
It wasn't on the hit, it was when he hit the ground. He landed on that right shoulder after that run.
They are in field goal range, and at this point in the game, a field goal to make it a 2-score game would be huge. Started out completing his first 17, 2 out of 7 since. Threw that one in harm's way. It's caught by Drew Estrada.
Jason Taylor had a chance to maybe step in front of them. I mean, he was running to that part of the field, but I don't know that he saw the football.
And if he caught it, he'd still be running.
Yeah. He's reading the route, but he just doesn't make a play on the ball. Interesting.
They have to run another play here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 8, just inside the 20. Baylor once led by 18. It was 21-3. Shapen has it batted back in his face. It's caught by an offensive lineman. It was Grant Miller, the guard, who caught it on the ricochet. And that gets us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Lacey, who batted the pass down. Set up for quite a finish here in Arlington, Texas. 4 interceptions, but still a chance. Down by only 1. Freshman Hankins for 39 yards. No good. He had a 39-yarder that was deflected and came up short. Entering this game, he was 11 for 11 from inside 40 yards. He's 0 for 2 from 39 today. Still a 1-score game.
You know, you just got to have short-term memory loss if you're Spencer Sanders right now and just realize, hey, it doesn't matter. I've thrown 4 interceptions. I got to just jump right back in, and I got a whole 4th quarter, and we're only down 1 score.
He threw 3 against Baylor in the regular season. They still beat the Baylor Bears. He threw 2 last week in Bedlam. They still beat the Sooners. John Paul Richardson flattened by Jaron McVay, who's been everywhere today for that Baylor defense.
The lack of a running game has just made them one-dimensional on 1st down. Baylor has just 1 first down today. They've put them in very difficult 2nd down situations on a consistent basis.
Pistol with Dominic Richardson, the running back. Pressure up the middle, and Sanders goes down. Terrell Bernard was first there for Baylor, and a big loss back to the 12-yard line. If you watched Bedlam last week, you saw it. He's not only excellent in blitz pickup, but he is delivering blows to those who are trying to rush the passer. 3rd down and 19.
Got to be smart here, probably conservative. 1 score.
4-man rush. Sanders across the line of scrimmage now and run down by Matt Jones. We're at a mammoth game in that loss at Oklahoma State. Had 13 tackles. Tom Hutton, the punter.
14 total yards of offense for Oklahoma State. Coming in last 5 games, over 450 a game. Baylor's defense has been on point.
Left punt again this week. And it looked like the Cowboys have it. They do. Corey Black. Ebner, one of the great return men in the country, the special teams player of the year in the Big 12 this year and last, with a critical mistake. And now it's lost by Ebner. Screen pass. Richardson, and the defense rises up again. Chidi Obanaya.
Obanaya did a great job reading that play. He was an interior lineman. He read the screen, read the movement of the line, and got out there. And again, no gain on first down, forcing a second and 10 here for Oklahoma State after the turnovers.
Ron Roberts is the defensive coordinator. Spencer Sanders, 20 out of 32 passing for 164 interceptions. Safe pass, Jackson, room on the corner, belted out of bounds on the near sideline by J.T. Woods.
Great block by Jaden Bray. You know, a lot of times you see wide receivers try to hold that block and they get called for holding. He did a great job of just moving his feet, staying in front of the defender and getting the corner secure.
Big 3rd down and 5 here. You'd have to think if they get even a little bit closer, probably 4-down territory. Without their best weapon. Great field position after the turnover and needing 8 to top.
Double pass.
Brennan Presley.
Not open.
Sanders is open. Sanders puts his head down and gets the first down by 1 yard.
At first, from up here, it looked like Baylor had this play covered. Like they were expecting the throwback. First of all, Sanders almost gets knocked to the ground by Dylan Doyle. He's still able to get up, make the catch, and get the first down.
At the 19. 4-man rush. They push the pocket back. Sanders threw it away, and it's ruled incomplete for the moment. Obanaya with the bull rush just kept forcing.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 3. Threw the ball into an area with no eligible receiver. Penalties, loss of down at the spot of the pass.
Obanaya just ran right through Hunter Woodard, the right guard, and just got into Spencer Sanders. And not only do you lose the yardage, you lose the down as well. So now it's 2nd and 22.
Back at the 31. 11:14 to go. Oklahoma State once trailed 21-3. Plenty of time for Sanders. Zings one for Tay Martin. Held on to the ball. Got the penalty yardage back, plus 1 or 2. Took a hard hit from Christian Morgan.
Boy, he's been as good as advertised now. That's the 11th time they've targeted him today. He's making catches outside. He's making catches, the tough ones coming into the middle of the field. His 7th catch for 77 yards now.
That was a 14-yard play. Make this 3rd down more manageable. 8 to go. Movement up front on the pass rush. Throw caught. Down at the 1. Desmond Jackson the catch. The stand-in for Jalen Warren with Dylan Doyle right there. 1st and goal.
Well, Dylan Doyle, the middle linebacker, had a long way to go to get in coverage, and he was late. And it was a nice throw to Jackson. And they're down inside the 1-yard line.
He did not have a catch all season long. Some of the Oklahoma State people think that should have been a touchdown. They've looked at it at the replay booth. Looked like his elbow was down. Shy of the goal line. 1st and goal. Desmond Jackson, the running back. Desmond Jackson thrown back. No gain. They even lost a foot or 2. Cole Maxwell. Boy, that front 3 has played well. It's really been a front 6.
Spread formation with 3 receivers to the wide side of the field to kind of spread out this Baylor defense.
Jackson surging toward the end zone.
Goes signal.
No signal. He didn't get there. And this is where the powerfully built Warren would really help at the goal line.
Obadiah with another play. It looked like he was going to score. Obadiah pulled him back into the field of play.
3rd and goal. Will they try Sanders this time? They missed the handoff. Ball is free. And it'll be 4th down on the 3-yard line. And Mike Gundy's going to send the field goal team on.
He's going for the field goal because they had 3 plays deep in the territory and they went backwards. They didn't show any positive signs once they got down there, and he wants points.
Well, they've run for 41 yards today. I'm surprised they didn't try one pass. Well, this would be a win for the Baylor defense. They have a goal line stand and force the chip shot field goal from 20 yards. It's a 5-point game, but that's a very unsatisfying development for Mike Gundy and the Cowboys. After Love Championship Saturday, Baylor trying to go from a 2-7 team last year in the first season under Dave Aranda to conference champions in year 2. They're making it very difficult on themselves after they had an 18-point lead early. Slant caught Drew Estrada. Good first down gain. 7 yards. Colby Harvell-Peel there for Oklahoma State.
Another quick throw. Ball getting out of the hands quickly. Respecting this rush. Again, coming into the game, this Oklahoma State defense leading the nation in sacks. They've gotten to Shapen a couple times, but he's gotten rid of the ball quickly several times.
Abram Smith. Wow. Jeff Grimes calls it reliable, violent offense. That is a reliably violent run from the former linebacker, Abram Smith, to the 38 and a first down. Molly?
Well, when throwing the ball on the sideline, Blake Shapen kept grabbing his right shoulder, testing the mobility. He told teammates, "I'm fine," but he's in visible discomfort, and he was frustrated. It's the first time I've seen him frustrated or all game.
He's looking downfield, and he's going to go down back at the 31. Brock Martin, first there for the Cowboys.
Well, he's working on Abram Smith, and just watch him. Here he's going to come. Smith is going to go to block him. Brock Martin's coming from right here, number 9, just overpowers the back. Runs right through him and right to the legs. And he, along with Malcolm Rodriguez, were both state champion wrestlers, and that's the way they tackle. They go for the legs, and they get him on the ground.
4th sack for the Cowboys. Their nation-leading total up to 53. Smith in trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Did well to get across the 35. And here comes a mammoth 3rd down. 3rd down and 13. For Baylor, 6.5 to go. Trying to earn their school record-tying 11th win of the season. Trying to win their 3rd Big 12 conference title.
Now, if you're throwing the ball, if you're Jeff Grimes, you got to not only worry about Brock Martin, but Colin Oliver, the freshman on the other side, who's the team leader in sacks. Here's Oliver right here, number 30.
Good, brilliant freshman. Only one man down in a stance. Shapen design roll. Here comes Oliver, and he hit him. And it's picked up by Baylor, recovered by Abram Smith, but it's a big loss on the play.
Shapen getting up, favoring that right shoulder again. He took another direct hit by Colin Oliver. Oliver rushes the passer. They knock him inside, but he doesn't give up on the play.
My goodness.
And just the acceleration and speed to Shapen.
He has emerged as a star in his true freshman year. Mike Gundy called his season unbelievable. Jim Knowles talked about an incredible combination of ability and intelligence. 9.5 sacks for Oliver coming in, led all freshmen. Woo, look at this punt. Almost hit that gigantic video board that hangs over the field. Brennan Presley, the fair catch. 53-yard run. Yet another chance for Oklahoma State. You're watching Dr. Pepper Championship Week, and you'll want to stay tuned. A lot more. Second biggest crowd since the Big 12 reinstated its championship game in 2017. We had more than 83,000 here in 2018 for Oklahoma and Texas. Oklahoma's run of 6 straight conference titles has ended. Who will win this one? 5:25 to go. Spencer Sanders had a rough day. He could change the narrative here in the fourth quarter. Wise to throw that one away. He's thrown 4 interceptions. The 4 interceptions by the Baylor defense, the most in a Big 12 title game. The previous record was 3 interceptions by 8 different teams. This conference formed in 1996. They played a championship game for a while. It went away, and now, as we said, they brought it back in 2017. They spread the field. No running game at all today for Oklahoma State. Sanders fighting valiantly, lowers his head. Short game. Jalen Petrie chased him out. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7. You just joined us, Jalen Warren, their leading rusher, 1,100 yards plus on the season. Has not played, undisclosed leg injury. And as a result, they've rushed for only 44 yards.
And it's taken their play-action passing game, which has been so effective over the last 5 or 6 weeks, kind of out of the equation as well.
They ran for 219 against Baylor in their regular season win. Under 5 minutes we go. 3-man rush on 3rd and 7. Sanders over the middle, short. Tay Martin stopped well short of the first down by Al Walcott. And it's 4th down and 4, and after some hesitation, here comes the punt crew.
You run crossing routes when you expect it to be man, but this was zone coverage. 2 deep zone. They dropped and kept everything in front, and that's why Martin had nowhere to run with the football after the catch.
Drew Estrada now back for the punt after Ebner with the muff. At this point, just make sure you don't have a catastrophe back there. If in doubt, just get away from it. That's what Estrada is telling them to do on the Hutton punt. They'll roll down to the 27-yard line. 42-yard punt. This wouldn't be the biggest comeback, but obviously among them. And here's Abram Smith. Dropped for a loss by Brendan Evers, and Mike Gundy will use his first timeout. He has 2 remaining, and all 3 in possession for Baylor.
And Sean, you got to think that Mike Gundy and Jim Knowles are thinking this quarterback may not be able to throw right now for Baylor. He took a couple hard shots on his right shoulder. We need to stop the run. So 1st down, they ganged up on the line of scrimmage. You got a negative yardage play. You got to feel they got to think they're going to get a 3 and out with 3 handoffs here.
We talked at the beginning of the telecast. This is not even is it not your father's Big 12 anymore. It's not even your older brother's Big 12 anymore. This conference known for so many years for its wide open offense. Neither team has 250 yards. These are 2 great defenses and 2 offenses playing shorthanded. Yeah. Baylor without its starting quarterback. Shapen's filled in well. Oklahoma State without its leading rusher, Jalen Warren. They haven't really been able to run the ball at all in his absence.
Really 3 outstanding defenses in this conference. Iowa State, John Haycock, and that's why those 3 teams played close ball games all the way through.
.345 to go. 2nd and 11. They will have Shapen throw it, although he takes it down and runs.
Get the face mask. I don't know if they saw it or whether he did grab the face mask. Brock Martin on the tackle. Brendan Evers. The way his head went down, it looked like a face mask was grabbed, but he had the jersey and pulled him down.
And a timeout called by Oklahoma State. So the defense leading the way again. It's Evers with 2 big plays on this series. 3:39 to go. Lots of other teams around the country watching with interest. down and 15 for Baylor. Hanging on. Short throw to the tight end Sims, and he's chopped down about 8 yards short of the first down by Jason Taylor. Mike Gundy uses his last timeout. Plenty of time with 3:32 to go.
32nd timeout called by Oklahoma State.
Well, the defense does the job, and we've said that about both teams today over and over and over again. Rallied from 9 in a wild Bedlam game to beat Oklahoma last week.
In that Bedlam game, Presley, who is back to receive this punt, had a 100-yard kickoff return in the
Also
first
had a
half.
muff.
Yes, he did. He had both.
Rocket of a punt. And Presley makes a diving catch at the 10. 61-yard boot by Isaac Power, appropriately named there.
61 yards in the air. I mean, that thing really took off in here.
So a field goal does Oklahoma State no good. 3:23 to go, 90 yards with no timeouts. The time really shouldn't be an issue.
No, but what's been the issue for Oklahoma State is first down production. That's been the problem. They have been so bad on first down without any running game that they've been behind the chains. It feels like just about every possession they've had the football.
Spencer Sanders was a huge part of leading them back last week. His 37-yard touchdown run was the first score after they went down by 9. Shovels it ahead. Desmond Jackson bounces down very near the 20, and it looks like a first down. It is. Still the possibility of chaos today that could bring some of those other teams, including Baylor.
A lot left to play today and a lot left to play right here with 3:14 left. And the Cowboys have the ball set on a first down.
Baylor protecting the lead. They bring pressure, and Matt Jones hit Spencer Sanders in the back as he wound up to throw. Four-man rush. Sanders running out of time. It's a pop-up, and it is caught by John Paul Richardson for another first down. Victor Obi blasted Sanders. The ball was there for anybody to haul it in, and the Cowboys did. They mix in the run. Desmond Jackson. They're getting it 10 yards at a time. They went from the 10 to the 20 to the 30 and now to the 40.
And still plenty of time. Just under 3 minutes. Left tackle Cole Birmingham a little shook up at the end of that play. Keep an eye on that.
Quick pass out wide to John Paul Richardson.
Remember, in college football, even though Oklahoma State has no timeouts left, the clock stops if you get out of bounds. If you make a first down, it stops until they reset the chains.
41 pass attempts, a career high for Spencer Sanders. Throws another, wide open and caught. Richardson again. The freshman from Missouri City, Texas, the son of the former NFL player Bucky Richardson.
That was what is a Tampa 2 defense. Dylan Doyle trying to get deep in the middle. Couldn't find the receiver.
Out wide to the other side. Blaine Green lunging for the marker. And Oklahoma State, Todd, now has plenty of time.
Yeah.
But you don't want to score too soon. On the other hand, they have nice rhythm and tempo, and they have the defense on the heels.
Right, and you have a quarterback on the other side of the field that's a little banged up. So not as worried about giving them time as you are maybe earlier in the game. Right now, they've got to keep this momentum going with their offense.
Sanders ran to the 30 for a first down. Not anything Blake Shapen can do right now. Short pass, Blaine Green out of bounds. 24-yard line. Oklahoma State has had just one lead today. They kicked a field goal in the first quarter to take a 3-0 lead. And 21 unanswered points for Baylor.
Can't take a sack.
Jackson Nice run. Fighting for the marker. Victor Obi. And they just used their first timeout.
Now the good news, if you're Baylor, you're playing to protect the end zone. And that 21 yards needed is still a very long way to go against a good defense like Baylor is.
Bear in mind they couldn't get this length on 1st and goal. They're not going to run it. It's a quick slant for Tay Martin. And a first down to the 13-yard line.
It was an RPO. The line was blocking run, and that was just Sanders and Martin making the play.
They're going quickly, even with plenty of time now. Feeling rhythm and momentum, really, for the first time today. And after that short run by Desmond Jackson, the timeout called by Dave Aranda. He has one left. Oklahoma State doesn't have any.
You got to give a lot of credit to Spencer Sanders shaking off the interception, shaking off the mistakes, and putting a drive together here late to put his team in a position to try to win this football game.
If he engineers this comeback to win, all those interceptions will be forgotten. 2nd and 7 from the 10. 1:36 to go. Desmond Jackson powering forward. And Baylor will use its final timeout. Play went near the 6-yard line.
30-second timeout called by Baylor.
Well, we've seen they've had a very hard time running the ball. What do you think they'll do on 3rd down and 3? It's 4-down territory.
Right. I think you put him out wide, Spencer Sanders, and give him a chance to run or pass and make a decision as a leader.
The Cowboys appropriately out of the pistol on a critical 3rd down and 3. A minute and a half to go in the conference title game. They throw it up for Martin and a flag down. He couldn't make the catch. Knocked it around for a moment with Mark Milton there, but that's going to be pass interference on the Baylor Bears.
Pass interference, defense, number 37. Foul clear to the end zone. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
He ran into Martin as the ball was approaching.
They had 3 shots from inside the 1 and settled for a field goal. Can the Cowboys punch it in? They bring Tyler Lacey, the defensive end, as a blocker. Jackson snuffed after he got about half of what they needed.
You got plenty of time here if you're Oklahoma State. You don't need to panic. Just use the time. You've got 3 downs to score a touchdown from the 1.5-yard line.
2nd and goal. Jackson again tries to go up and over and did not get in. How agonizing this must be for Jalen Warren.
Part of the reason running inside is so tough is because of Siaka Ika.
On 3rd and goal. This time they will try to throw it. Up for grabs and incomplete. Intended for Tyler Lacey, the defensive end that they put in as a blocker. And the Big 12 championship comes down to this play. Jalen Petrie had the coverage. Can they finally get in from the 1? I think there's an issue with the play clock, and that's why the officials have stopped it.
Play clock will be set to 25 seconds.
Adding to the drama. For Oklahoma State, win a conference championship if you score in all likelihood. And perhaps the CFP. Jackson trying to turn the corner, and he did not get there. Jaron McVay raced him to the pylon and made sure he came up inches short.
Great effort by Desmond Jackson, but McVay, he's right here. You're going to see him go inside first and then just a dead sprint and holds him up short of the goal line. What a great individual effort by McVay.
They got to get it forward and not take a safety. They'll be the conference champs. Shapen did well to do all he needed to do. Go down without being in the end zone. And the Baylor Bears, who needed Oklahoma State to beat Oklahoma a week ago to get into this game, knock off Oklahoma State to win the third Big 12 championship